Alright, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the roller coaster that is the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback position. So if you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. Also, let's get a shout out to the members. If you guys would like to support me in this channel more, be sure to hit that join button down in the description below. And yes, it is another year, another offseason, another video about us talking about the Steelers quarterback because, once again, just like last year, just like the moment Big Ben retired, the moment his talent was waning, we have been mocking us to every single quarterback that has ever existed. And like over this last week, last week too, we've gotten Trevor Lawrence, we've gotten Matthew Stafford, and now we even have a guy like Daniel Jones. Meanwhile, we also too have Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, who are both formerly on the team, both free agents, and now we're going to discuss what's the best option out there. And so we're starting it out. We got some tweets on the screen. We're taking it back to, how we used to do the videos. I got new glasses, by the way. It's been a minute since I made a video, guys. Hi. I really do miss these videos. It's just like, I don't know, man. The Steelers, man, I'm still a little upset about the Steelers. I'm not going to lie. This last season, man, it was tough. But we're here to talk about it. I got a bunch of stuff on the screen. First of all, what I want to talk about is the current quarterbacks, or at least the former quarterbacks that we've had in Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, because apparently there is a split on like who the Steelers want to keep, who they want to let go, kind of similar to when Big Ben retired, and it's like, okay, like should we let him play out his contract or should we just tell him to go? In that moment, we ended up like giving him a 1-year deal. He kind of took like a pay cut, and we let him play it out for one more year. And the fact that we let Ben play so long, a lot of people are saying, is the reason why we find ourselves in this position today. I'm sure you guys have seen it all the time, but like Jalen Hurts was supposed to be a Steeler, but then we chose Chase Claypool in order to like make Big Ben happy, in order to try to win with Big Ben. Was that the right move? Truthfully, I don't know, because I don't think we were going to be where the Eagles are today. Like the fact that they won the Super Bowl with that loaded ass roster, I don't think we were going to exactly do that. And so, like, it's hard to be like, yeah, if we had Jalen Hurts, we would, like, be a Super Bowl champion right now, But, yeah, like, the fact that Big Ben, that we let him play for so long and we never really addressed it, we find ourselves in this position today. And so the position that we find ourselves in today is we have both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields leaving in free agency. Now, if it is a split between the two, I've talked about this before, but, like, it's got to be Justin Fields, man, because Russell Wilson, well, maybe just maybe he still has some ability left. Maybe just maybe the fact that he was on the Steelers and like our offense is just fucking horrible. Maybe that didn't contribute to the fact that like he didn't look, the best down the stretch, right? So you can definitely say that. However, we've seen now the last 5 weeks of the season how Russell Wilson played, how the offense looked. It's just not sustainable. It's not something that like you can win with, And so Justin Fields, at the very least, I want to say we went, 3-1 with him, 3-2, something like that, but it looked really good, and we didn't get to see how he went down the stretch, right? And like I said, he's younger. He's probably going to be cheaper. Is Justin Fields going to be cheaper than Russell Wilson at this point? I think so, Like, if he's going to be cheaper, like, you 100% keep Justin Fields. Like, there is no reason to keep Russell Wilson over Justin Fields if Russell Wilson is making more money. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. And I've also seen some stuff where, like, the Giants are looking into Russell Wilson. Hey, man, New York, if you want to look into Russell Wilson, that's cool because you guys formerly had a quarterback that apparently now we're looking into. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. However, yeah, I think you got to keep Justin Fields. Low-key, with all of these names that I'm about to name, I think Justin Fields is the best option outside of like maybe one that I'll talk about. But the one that's like maybe the better option is also predicated on the fact that like we go for it and like we trade what we got to trade. We make the moves necessary in order to be like the Super Bowl contending team. Because we keep saying that, right? Like Mike Tomlin says it, Omar Khan says it, the Rooney say it. Like everybody says, hey, we are trying to compete for championships in Pittsburgh, which is cool. Like I fucking love competing for championships. I'd much rather do that than tank. But we got to be realistic. Like, are we going to be a championship team next year if we weren't this year? Is a quarterback like Matthew Stafford going to like propel us over that edge? We'll have to see about that, but we're going to talk about it here in a second. But yeah, I wanted to start it out with this because we're not sure if we want to keep Justin Fields or Russell Wilson. Maybe we won't end up with any of them. Like maybe we'll let them both go. But I think if it is a choice between the two, you clearly keep Justin Fields. Like I really don't see how it's a discussion. Like Russell Wilson played okay down this. Like he played okay. He played pretty good at the beginning, but then like down the stretch, it just kept going down, down, and down and down. And he is really not that mobile anymore. And like Justin Fields is in our line, like Sometimes they block, sometimes they don't. It's like a whole conundrum when it comes to the offensive line. We got people playing the wrong positions. Like, this is the team that we are. And so, like, if you have a quarterback who isn't mobile, like, you need that. You need the Justin Fields mobility. You need the Daniel Jones mobility, maybe. And so next up, who's the next guy? Okay, yes. The Trevor Lawrence. We had Trevor Lawrence in Pittsburgh for about 2 hours the other day. Like, it was like, hey, the Steelers really looked into the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence. Like, is he available? Can we trade for him? Is that real? I heard it get shot down. I heard it say, like, it was absolutely not real. So, it is what it is. But for a second, I was like, okay, like, that's a name that's, like, relevant-y. That's a name that, like, makes sense. He's a young guy. He has all of this potential, all of this upside. He was like this number one quarterback out of college. He was like the most sought after quarterback prospect. And so it's like, I'm down with that. Not someone like Daniel Jones, who's like been in the NFL and has been whacking the NFL, and like he's still whacking the NFL, but like somehow, some way in Pittsburgh, it's gonna all come together. Daniel Jones to me reminds me of like this whole Mitchell Trubisky thing when we were like, yeah, we'll give him a chance. Like, why? Like, he's shown us what he can do. And like, mind you, we're not, on offense, we are not there. Like, we are not like this crazy offensive team. Like, our receivers are lacking. Our line is weird. Our run game isn't where it's supposed to be. Like, there's a lot of like, bad things about our offense, right? And so the fact that you think you can bring in someone like Daniel Jones, that to me is crazy. But a guy like Trevor Lawrence, who's maybe overrated, maybe overpaid, I think if you surround him with the right talent, if you surround him with the right organization, if you surround him with a coach like Mike Tomlin, who a lot of you guys hate, but it is what it is. Mike Tomlin's a good motivator. I think, maybe we could get something done with Trevor Lawrence. However, the Jaguars, to no surprise, the Jaguars are absolutely positively not trading Trevor Lawrence because they invested a lot in him. They gave him so much money. They gave up, I don't want to say they gave up picks, but like, they tanked for the guy. And like, this is the quarterback prospect. This was like the generational talent that like everybody was looking for. This guy, Trevor Lawrence, he lost to Kenny Pickett at Pitt, by the way. When Clemson was that, Kenny Pickett, he took him down, Super Bowl champion, Kenny Pickett. I want to make a video about Kenny Pickett so bad. We'll see. That'll probably be my next one, honestly, unless some crazy shit pops off. But I kind of want to talk about the Kenny Pickett story. But that's another guy that we've had. We've had Kenny Pickett on the team, and now he's a Super Bowl champion. So it's like, should we have kept him? Should we have kept Mason? Like, who knows? But Trevor Lawrence, if somehow, some way we can finagle Trevor Lawrence, like, I'll take Trevor Lawrence. Like, that to me makes sense. That's a name. He's young. Like, he doesn't have to win immediately now. We can grow with the guy. He's making a lot of money, but we'll probably restructure it, right? And Trevor Lawrence has a no trade clause, guys. Like, and I guess he doesn't want to come to Pittsburgh. I saw like reports like, yeah, nah, I'm good because we suck on offense. Like, why would he want to come to Pittsburgh? I get it. But if he didn't have that, no trade clause, if it like was out of his hands and like we traded for him, I wouldn't be mad at it, right? I would not be mad at getting Trevor Lawrence. Next up, though, we got to talk about this shit. We got Matthew Stafford, and like this is like a potential trade scenario. Shout out to Portersburg. Shout out to all these accounts who like, kind of broadcast it for me to kind of just click through. Matthew Stafford, apparently, because the Rams are out on him. They don't want anything to do with him anymore. They're trying to rebuild. They're trying to tank. Should Matthew Stafford be a Pittsburgh Steelers? So, this potential trade, I'm not really here to talk about it. We would give up a first, a second, and a 2026 second, and then we would get Stafford and number 26 back. Low key, I'm not mad at this. This isn't a bad trade, but like that conditional 2026 second, and then we don't get our second this year, like that's a little tough, but at least we get a first round pick. Now, ignoring the trade, just thinking about the name of Matthew Stafford, I don't think we're there yet. I get it. Quarterback really helps. Matthew Stafford, has he fallen off yet? No, the guy's still slinging the football. I got you. But just with how we've gone, man, I can see us giving up all this for Matthew Stafford, and then all of a sudden the guy's done with playing football. And I don't think he's the most mobile. Maybe he brings us Cooper Kupp along with him. And so, like, if we get Cooper and we get Stafford and we have a good draft, and we have to give up less than this. Like, there's no way we can give up our second round pick too. But like, or our first. If we do like the pick swap with the first, I'm not mad at that. But like, past that, like, I don't know. We need all of our draft picks in order to like reach this, Super Bowl contending thing, because that's what Matthew Stafford, he's a bit older and he's won a Super Bowl already. Like, he knows what it takes, but we'd have to win immediately. And I know that's what we've been trying to do. Everyone says we've been trying to win immediately. Mike Tomlin, the standard is the standard. Like, all we try to do is win championships, and we can't even win a playoff game. And so to go out and get Matthew Stafford when we haven't won a playoff game in 10 years, but like we're just hoping, right? We're just hoping that Stafford can propel us over the edge. maybe, right? Like maybe that happens, but I just don't think we're on the right timeline for Matthew Stafford right now. Like he needs to go. I can't think of a contending team right now that doesn't have a quarterback because you can't be a contending team without a quarterback. Shit, maybe it is Pittsburgh. Maybe we do need Matthew Stafford because he can push us over the edge. But I'm just so scared, man. And our offensive coordinator is Arthur Smith. Like, what are we gonna do about that? And like now we have Matty Ice, and he wears number 9, and he's not getting it from Boswell, and he wore 7 in high school, and he can't wear or college or high school, one of them. But he can't wear 7 here. He can't wear 7 here. He can't wear 9 here. If we can't get him the number, I don't think we can get Matthew Stafford low key. Like it would be real shitty to see Matthew Stafford walking around there in like number 4 or some shit like that. Shout out to Jordan Berry. It would be real shy. Maybe somebody uses 4 on the team already, and I'm just being a hater. But yeah, like I just don't think it makes sense. But like as I talk about it more, maybe it does make sense. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about Matthew Stafford to Pittsburgh. Next up, Jesus Christ, guys, Aaron Rodgers again. We're gonna do this again. I will admit, 2 years ago when he first got to the Jets, I was in on the whole Aaron Rodgers thing. Now, obviously, he is a torn ACL removed from that. Obviously, he is a like this guy destroyed the New York Jets. Let's be honest. This guy absolutely obliterated this team. He got the coach fired, GM fired, brought in all new pieces, got rid of a bunch of players, but like now they have Devontae Adams over there, they have Lazard over there, they have a bunch of Aaron Rodgers players over there. That's what happens when you're a Mickey Mouse organization. I'll be honest. Aaron Rodgers, if he came to Pittsburgh, I don't think it would be like that. Like there would be he wouldn't have as much influence as like, he has on the Jets because the Jets, they don't, they'll have a new coach and GM in 3 years probably. Like they just don't care. Like the Jets, they're a filler football team. So I get it. You're allowed to do that in New York. However, you come to Pittsburgh, you're not, maybe we trade for Devontae, but like we're not getting you your GM that you want. We're not getting you the coach that you want because we have Mike Tomlin and he loves Mike Tomlin. So it is what it is. You guys remember like the gif of like them like laughing at each other about a penalty or some shit like that. I get it. But I just kind of like Matthew Stafford. Aaron Rodgers he's the oldest, and like I don't, and he's not very mobile. I just don't think that we're there yet. I like if we bring in Aaron Rodgers, is Aaron Rodgers still there? Because like he's kind of coming off a down year. I know it is the Jets, but like they were supposed to be this like Super Bowl-y team. They had like this crazy defense. They had like a crazy offense, and like Aaron, they just couldn't get it done. They couldn't get it done. And so, do we bring in Aaron Rodgers? Does that make sense? The kid in me, nah, actually, fuck Aaron Rodgers, man, because he beat us in a Super Bowl, that Mickey Mouse ass Super Bowl. I don't want Aaron Rodgers. Like, I kind of like him. I won't lie. Like, I like the NFL, so I've always liked Rodgers, but it's still shaky on it. And now he's like older. He's like, he goes on the Pat McAfee show, who used to do radio, Big Ben, and it calls like turmoil in the locker room. Do we need another voice in the locker room? And it's Aaron Rodgers' voice. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll try ayahuasca and think about it. Like, I'll have like a deep trip or something, and like I'll really come to terms with like, okay, Aaron Rodgers can be our quarterback. Maybe that's what I need to make a decision on this. But truthfully, I just don't think Aaron Rodgers is what we need right now. I just don't think we're there yet. Like, kind of like Matthew Stafford, I just don't think we are there to like go out, let Fields go, maybe we draft a young guy, but like then we have Aaron Rodgers, and like the young guy has to learn behind Aaron Rodgers, just like Justin Fields had to learn behind Russell Wilson. And like then if Aaron Rodgers throws a pick, is it like, is it Jalen Milroe time in Pittsburgh? Like it's just is Aaron Rodgers done? I want to avoid that for this team, right? I want to avoid that this year. Like I think we need a clear-cut answer. And I just think with Aaron Rodgers' age, I don't think he's there yet. Low-key, I want Matthew Stafford over Aaron Rodgers. Is that a hot take? I'm not sure. Let me know down in the comments. But I'm kind of over the whole Aaron Rodgers thing. I wanted it a while ago. I wanted it like 2 years ago. But now it's over. It's cooked. Oh, my God, man. Daniel Jones. Like, this is the shit I'm talking about, man. Daniel Jones. Hold on. Listen to this headline. Like, close your eyes. Like, close your eyes. Imagine, like, this is just a non-biased, like, thing. Imagine you're not on a Steelers page, okay? And just hear this sentence. Steelers reportedly have interest in Daniel Jones for Arthur Smith's offense. Steelers reportedly have interest for Daniel Jones for Arthur Smith's offense. Now, if that just doesn't make you want to throw up, I don't know what else will. Daniel Jones and Arthur Smith's offense, are you kidding me? And we're sitting here, we're trying to be a Super Bowl contending team. Arthur Smith is my offensive coordinator, so not too much on the guy. But, like, we're talking about mid in the midless. Like, we're talking about just, like, oh, my God, Daniel Jones and Arthur Smith's offense? What the fuck? And in our division, or our conference, we have Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, we have Josh Allen, we have quarterbacks out here. And Daniel Jones, he does have a playoff win more recent than the Steelers, and like we suck, and whatever, guys. But Daniel Jones and Arthur Smith's offense, really? And we're trying to win a Super Bowl? Like, maybe I'm not describing how like dumb this sentence sounds, right? Like maybe you guys don't get it. I hope you do. But this is an insane sentence. Daniel Jones and Arthur Smith's offense, I can't get over it. I really can't get over it because the guy is very mobile. He does his thing, like can he throw? No, but like can Justin Fields throw? I guess not if Daniel Jones can't throw. And Daniel Jones, like Loki, he be moving. Like that's what we want. We want the quarterback mobility. It's just not from Daniel Jones, like we need somebody else. But hey, maybe Daniel Jones is the answer. But fuck, man, like how did we find ourselves in this position? And we just had the killer bees. Like, I went to a Steelers and Ravens game back in 2016. It was like 45-40. Like Boswell kicked the game winner. It was very sick, right? But if you would have told me at that moment, 5 years from now, damn, it's been a while since it's not even. It's like 8 years from now. 8 years from now, we're gonna be talking about Daniel Jones and Arthur Smith for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I probably would have. I don't know. It would have been bad though. Like I wouldn't have been happy about this. And so the fact that we're here now, Daniel Jones and Arthur Smith's offense is absolutely insane to me. No, I don't know. And like here we got a Andrew Filipponi tweet. This is their stats against like each other. This is Daniel Jones and Justin Fields. 43 starts, 44. Daniel Jones has won 2 more games. His points per game is lower. His total yards, oh my God, I hate that. Total yards is like a little bit, like they're virtually the same quarterback, right? But one of which we already have, one of which has been around the system, one of which has run this complicated ass Arthur Smith system, and the other one stinks. Like if and everybody hates Justin Fields. Like I get it, everyone hates Justin Fields, but I think more people hate Daniel Jones, right? And so I've defended Justin Fields a lot, and so I'm gonna use this moment to kind of defend him again. We shouldn't get Daniel Jones instead of Justin Fields. It just doesn't make sense. It's like, fuck, man. Like I want a peanut butter and jelly right now, but like I don't like jelly. And so instead of giving you grape jelly, you gave me strawberry jelly. And it's like, brother, I don't like jelly. Like, what are you talking about? Like this doesn't help me. Like this is the same move. This is a lateral move. It's dumb. And I think we should just keep Justin Fields if Daniel Jones is there. But what do I know, right? Maybe Daniel Jones, he comes to Pittsburgh and he just fucking eats. And like, then it's like, oh, the Giants were tweaking. Like it was their fault. Truthfully, man, I don't know. And like maybe we bring them both in, but we can't bring both of these guys because they're virtually the same person. And then the controversy starts again. It's like, who's our quarterback? Who isn't our quarterback? It's just, I don't know. We just don't need that right now. Next up, this is where we're at, man. Do the Steelers have a plan for Arch Manning? If they do, what's rumored then is obvious. We're going to tank for Arch Manning, guys. Like this is what I'm saying. All of these quarterbacks, all of which are going to the Steelers. Like this is just the position that we found ourselves in. I can't wait until we do have an answer when it comes to this, but for right now, it just doesn't for right now, we're gonna keep being in these reports. We're gonna keep getting every quarterback that's released. We're gonna keep drafting every quarterback in the draft until we figure out the answer. And I think the answer is Justin Fields for at least 2 years. But if he's horrible, then I guess we'll see. But I just don't think he is. I really think Justin Fields can get us to a playoff win, man. And if that's crazy, guess what? The same quarterback that we just talked about, they're virtually the same quarterback. One of them has a playoff win. I'm the Giants, for God's sakes. He won a game against, I'm the Giants. And like, Justin Fields can't do that for us. And like, if they're the same quarterback, I really think he can. And so I don't think we need to like shell out for Daniel Jones. I don't think we need to tank for Arch Manning. I don't think we need to get Matthew Stafford. I don't think we got to get Aaron Rodgers. I don't think we got to get these people. I think we give Justin Fields a contract. We hope and pray that like, it's a decent one, and like we can do other things around around the roster. We also hope and pray that nobody else really wants Justin Fields, because I did see reports about maybe the Jets want him, and like I hate the Jets, but like maybe, right? Like if we lose Justin Fields, then I guess all bets are off, and you go out and you get who you gotta get. But yeah, I want Justin Fields, man. Like I've been very obvious about that. I've been very vocal about that. None of these options outside of Trevor Lawrence to me really make sense. I don't even really want to draft a quarterback and that be the guy. Like I really just think we need to run it back with Justin Fields. But hey, maybe we end up with Arch Manning sometime in the future. If we do, I'll be pretty excited about it. But then we have to have a losing season if we're gonna get Arch Manning, guys. It just is what it is. And so maybe we bite that bullet and we draft him. Maybe we continuously win 10 wins or get 10 wins and then lose in the first round. I'm not sure. But for now, the Steelers quarterback talk is chalked. And truthfully, if you're a quarterback out there and Jameis Winston, right? Sam Darnold, right? Why not? Hey, Sam Darnold, Jameis Winston. Who else is a quarterback? Joe Flacco. Maybe we get Joe Flacco. Maybe we go out and get Trey Lance, right? Malik Willis. Who else? Kenny Pickett. Maybe we get Kenny Pickett back. I think he'll be available. I'm down with that. Fuck it. Let's get Kenny Pickett back, guys. But yeah, I just want to talk about the Steelers quarterback situation because it's just been all over the place this last week or two. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for me. Coming up next, as I talked about, I want to make this Kenny Pickett video, but that one's more for fun. But we're going to be diving into the mock drafts. We're getting that PFF subscription back going so that way I can do all 7 rounds, do some trades. I'm looking into prospects now. We're going to get some mock drafts going because there's already been some released. And we're going to talk about this offseason. I believe free agency starts pretty soon too. That's going to be a fun time. Last time we dominated free agency. Last time we dominated the draft. Omar Khan, he's 2 for 2 in drafts. I'm sure we'll go 3 for 3. And we'll be really excited about the team. So, like I said, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, all of that fun stuff. This has been Zaya from Zaya and the Steelers, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.